I think for our next segment, there's really no other thing to talk about except for a goniometer.
Of course.
Which really
no, there is a question. It's what the fuck are we doing? I have never once, other than being required doing it during a pro bono and PT school, to use a fucking goniometer. I am not carrying one in my pocket. It's not sitting outside my back pocket to show everyone what I can do with this thing.
Well, that's because you have the fanny pack. Don't you wear that pack?
Exactly. I do wear the fanny pack. You know what I put inside of it? I put my phone inside of it, which everyone has, and it can serve as a better goniometer. Just like that.
Yeah.
If you have an Android, I'm sorry, 20% of you, but you can download the inclinometer. Either way, the goniometer.
You're saying goniometer?
I think it was a goy.
Is it?
I don't even know how to use it. I shouldn't have to know how to say it.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I'm not sure.
So yeah, I mean, obviously we've gone off a lot about movement here, and you know, the at the end of the day, you know, we're trained in how to use this this device to measure range of motion at these specific joints, and you just have to ask yourself again, what are we doing, and why are we doing this, and what does it tell us? And you could argue that we're doing it for an insurance company, which is really a terrible argument, and as a group, we need to be stronger than that. You're looking at range of motion, that's critical, obviously, in a certain joint, and measure objective gains and things of that nature. But the error on these things is so outrageous, it's really not even worth a decent measurement. And then at the end of the day, you're really trying to connect what's it to functional activity. So the point of this, kind of taking this head on, is not to say that the Goni is stupid, although it might be, is to say that, you know, don't get lost in just doing the goniometer and be like, oh, it's 163 and now it's 168. Wow, that's a huge improvement. Like, we're missing it by miles if that's what we're looking at as a group.
Well, we all have a built-in oculometer, which can...
which should be able to tell you how to do that.
Right.
Yeah, just so it's not the 5-degree difference. We want to see a bigger global...
Even though 3 to 5 is statistically significant. If you're making 3 to 5 every, 30 minutes, you got to switch up your stimulus.
Yeah, that's exactly. And I think you're missing the boat. Gaining range of motion is no longer challenging, especially with the modern day surgeries and approaches. You shouldn't really be struggling with gaining ranges of motion and getting joint mobility back. It's so much better than it was a long time ago. And I think for that reason, we need to challenge ourselves in looking at movement assessment more dynamically and more as a whole, as opposed to looking at these little individual joints and getting caught up in degrees of motion and these little details. So
for sure,
just a thought to challenge you. If you find that that's a tool you're using a lot, challenge yourself to be like, what's the bigger picture here? Obviously, the number is important for reimbursement purposes at times, but always be challenging yourself. How can you think about this bigger, and how can you relate this to a bigger picture?
Yeah, I mean, you always play devil's advocate, so I'll take my turn here. But we believe more so in a test retest. Like, you should always use the measurement as a validation of your process. And if 3 to 5 degrees gets you a range of motion on someone that's a total knee replacement that's stiff, that's a relatively appreciable change. If it's someone that really is struggling to trust your hands and there's more of a neurological barrier going on, like 3 to 5%, and you just cranking and almost like forcing that extra 5 to show that you did something, that's maybe not what we're doing here.
What's wrong with that?
So